Phoenix Tremayne, and I'm going to do a review of the movie The Second, which is now airing on Netflix, but I originally saw that it was on RedBox, which also does on demand. Now, before we get started, please take a minute to subscribe. I'm really working hard to build this channel, and I have a lot of new content coming your way. So if you like reviews, entertainment, news, and information, give this channel a try and hit that like button and share so that more people can discover this channel. Now, we're going to be talking about The Second, which is directed by Brian Skiba. Story is by Eric Bromberg and James Bromberg, and it was written by Eric Bromberg and Paul Tego, although anybody could have wrote this. It's a by the numbers action movie. You can figure out what's going to happen in your sleep. It's one of them kind of movies. It stars Ryan Phillippe as Major Vic Davis, Casper Van Dien as the driver. He doesn't have a real name in the movie. Jack Griffo as Sean Davis, his son. Lexi Simonson is Erin Walton. She's the daughter of a Supreme Court justice. And Richard Burgi is the CIA director, Phillippe. So the story is it's about a slightly estranged father and son who he's comes to pick him up from college because they're on break. And the son is like the last one in the building waiting for the character Erin, who is this girl he has a crush on, to get all her stuff together so she can leave, because he can't leave until everybody's gone. And I just thought about it. There's a plot point in this movie that no longer makes sense. You'll see. If you watch the movie, you'll see. Because I'm going to recommend this movie. If you had nothing to do, you just want to see an action movie and people fighting, you know what it is. It's like straight-to-video fanfare. If you like action movies, Casper Van Dien, Ryan Phillippe, you're going to enjoy this movie. You're just going to have to take common sense and throw it out the window, because it has all of the typical action movie tropes. And so I have in my notes a list of everything that's going on, because Casper Van Dien's character, the driver, is a character who, along with his team, are trying to kidnap Erin so that her father, the Supreme Court justice, rules in favor the way they want him to rule. So they're working on trying to kidnap her, but Ryan Phillippe's character, who's a major, is somebody who knows all these martial arts, and he's been killing all these people for the government. And it really comes down to, like, he's the only one standing between them taking her, and it's an all-out war at the school with different martial artists and people just kind of come in, and it's like a video game where you get to different levels, and there's a different boss at every boss level, and he's got to fight them. And the people that are just like the lackeys, I guess, they just die like quickly, but the boss ones takes a little while longer to kill. And it's a typical by the numbers action film. It's every expected story beat. It almost turned it off, because there was another trope in there, like in the very beginning, where the black character sacrifices himself for everybody else. If you're black, we tired of that. We're tired of that trope. Only thing difference in this movie, it wasn't Charles Dutton or somebody like that we know. The regular ones that normally sacrifice themselves in these movies, or horror movies, or alien movies. The fighting is overly choreographed, and it doesn't look natural. It's not bad fighting. It's just that you can see it's 1, 2, 3 ABC type of fighting. During like knife fights, there's always a pipe or a piece of wood just nearby where they can grab and block the knife, and there's a whole bunch of hand-to-hand combat, even though people got guns. What's the point of having all these assault rifles and guns if you're just going to engage in a hand-to-hand combat? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But it's a straight-to-video action movie. The terrorists with guns rarely use them. They rarely hit their target. Ryan Phillippe's character, Vic, takes more punishment than the human body can realistically take. There's at one point in the movie where he's fighting a guy and he just says, "Stop!" Like he wants a timeout from being killed. And I feel like that was a real life moment where the other actor had got too into like trying to kill him. And he was like, "Stop," and he left it in the movie, which doesn't really make sense, because it also happened with the daughter Erin, where she's in the back of the car and she's telling the bad guy to stop. Like, he didn't just, all these people didn't died to try and get you, and you think he's just gonna like pull over because you said so. There's like 3 moments where that happens, where the good guys are like, they need a timeout. It's like, I don't know if it's supposed to have been tongue-in-cheek, if it's supposed to have been funny, but it was unexpected. I think that there's a scene where the son said it as well. The bad guys with guns rarely hit their targets. Characters getting shot with no medical care still are able to fight when they should have probably bled out, since they didn't get any medical attention. Like, there's a character that gets shot, and clearly he shouldn't be able to do anything that he does after he gets shot, because there's no medical attention and he was just bleeding. But now all of a sudden he's fighting again. The CI director's house really looks cheap, although they imply he's at the Ritz-Carlton. So the budget probably was just gone at that point. The movie ends by setting up the sequel with a surprise twist that once again defies things they set up earlier in the movie. So yeah, I'm still recommending this movie because it was a fun movie. There were some great moments, like I loved, and this is like a minor spoiler, but I love that the girl Erin had a lot of mouths, she had an attitude, and she was getting slapped around. She was getting slapped around so much. It's like, because you watch these movies and you see these characters, they got all this mouth, and then, you know, they usually get away with it. But it was just so funny, because that was one of the reasons why I'm recommending this movie is because they do have some truly unexpected moments in this film. Even when Ryan Phillippe is like, "Stop," and you can tell he's like telling him stop for real. Like, "I'm not acting no more. You're just doing too much right now." So, you know, you'll see that scene. Let me know in the comment section if you thought the same thing that I did, or took it the same way I did. But the way they were slapping this girl around and slapping the son around, it was funny. It was funny because of the characters' personalities. And I'll end it at this. It's like, I love that they did not make the Supreme Court Justice daughter, like, all of a sudden she knows martial arts and whatnot. Like, even her little sword fight, you know, you see in the beginning she can sword fight. So the way that ended, you know, I was like, okay, there are some surprises in this film, but, you know, it's the typical action movie stuff that you just gotta suspend belief and just go with it. But I really wish the actual fighting looked less ABC 1-2-3 and a little smoother and a little more like the last thing I'll say, and I'll let you go. I hate when they have multiple people fighting in a scene and they take turns. That is not how this really goes down. If people are going to jump you, they all going to jump you. They're not going to wait until you beat this one up and then be next in line for the fight. You got all these people shooting at you and whatnot, and you boom boom this one, boom boom that one, while these other ones ain't shooting. So why you got 7 people shooting at you, but there's only one at a time? It's just little things like that that gets annoying after a while if you watch enough action films. But it's nothing that, you know, action lovers haven't just like dispelled belief with before. So you can let me know what you thought about the second. It is on RedBox, and it is also on Netflix, which is where I actually watched it this morning. and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Oh, and let me know in the comment section if you did see the movie, are you going to watch the sequel that they set up at the very end? Now, see you in the next one.